What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys download the Bet Rivers app and go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. All right, it's a Thursday, the last Thursday before the draft. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to get our last bit of the first round done. And yeah, we're going to do that. We have Adam coming past as well. So y'all know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome back to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys download the Bet Rivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. Listen, we thank you all for being patient with us. It was a whole different thing. We got people in undisclosed locations. We got people missing. I was bobbing and weaving to get here. Sad was the only one that was calm. We'll explain all of it in a little bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this, and tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast, okay? And like I stated earlier, this is the last Thursday before the draft. You know what that means. Next week, there is no show on Tuesday. We will be with you guys on Thursday, full first round draft coverage. On Friday, full coverage on Friday, and then we'll do our regular show on Saturday. So don't look for us next Tuesday. We'll be with you Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let's get said in here. What's good, man? How are you?
What's going on, my brother? What's going on? How we doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. I had to drop that hat, man. It was bothering me. You know.
You did what you had to do, my brother.
Listen, first off, the cops was behind me. I hit him with the skirt. Pulled up. It was another Beamer that looked like mine. That wasn't mine. And I peeled off this way, and they kept going now. All right. Now, you know, that's how my day went. I heard you just, oh, he's still there. So, hey, let's get Lady A in the building. How are you, ma'am?
Hello, how are you?
This looks different.
What does?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Say it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm in an undisclosed location.
Hiding from the popo.
I'm not from the
popo. Lady A's on the run as well.
That's you. You hiding from the popo.
She on the run.
I lost him.
You said you lost him?
I shook him. I hit him with the, hey, what your boy say? What your boy say in the barbershop? I hit him with the shake move. Hit him with the shake move.
That's y'all.
Hit him with the shake move. Yeah, I had to get out of there. I had to get out of there.
What's up, Hawk?
Yeah, Hawk TV in the building. What's good, Hawk? We got Droop in the building. Of course, we got Bruce Glass in the building. P1's in the house for real. Droop's in the building as well. And then we got Hawk in the building, man. Harlem Shake, Hawk. What's good? So, are y'all excited about the draft being a week away?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and I plan to go celebrate with the team at some point.
Of course you do, because you're Lady A.
On the 29th.
Of course you do, because you're Lady A.
I'm just saying.
This is what you do. She gets access to places we can't go. There's a velvet rope. She just walks around it.
No,
Come on through,
no,
Lady. Click.
no.
She just walks around the rope. There's a line. What line? People open doors for her.
Saying they having a little function, and I'm gonna be there. That's all.
All right, Michael Harris in the building. What's good? All right. So
Hey.
listen. We made our announcement. There's another part of the announcement that we have to make. On Thursday and Friday's draft, we'll do like we did last time, and we will actually have you guys come on for a segment or two for a couple of picks. So we'll put the link up so you guys can join us. So that'll be there. Looks like right now we are joined by Adam, and there's no Ant today. And said, hey Adam, we were supposed to get some terrible weather, right? I think it's because Ant was going to church.
Don't do that. Ant goes to church. Oh,
we know he do.
Ant goes to church.
We know. My man in the choir and everything. So, all right. Mock schedule time. That's right. Metaphor. Adam, you just broke down another player. Well, actually, you've been breaking down players like all week. You want to give us a little recap of what you put out there so far on Burgundy and Gold Report?
Well, this week we did 2 drops. We had Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback from Mississippi State, and DeMarvion Overshone, linebacker from Texas. Both guys, non-first rounders, but a lot of people think Emmanuel Forbes can maybe sneak up into that first round. But that, although I love his tape, that 166 weight is going to cause some teams to concern drafting the guy in the first round. So I think he could slip down to Washington. And then Demario Overshone, I think that's a guy on day 3 that you'll be able to see develop. Former safety, can play that weak side linebacker, has moved around to other linebacker positions. So just an ideal guy that you can develop on the back end. And he's someone that came on one of the Washington visits, but I've had my eye on him for a while. Again, former safety, 4.59 40. Just like the way he's in coverage, has good instincts, especially in zone coverage, and just like the way he attacks the quarterbacks. Deficiencies, you're going to find them all with these day 3 guys. But yeah, those are some of the guys I just dropped this week. That is number 28. We're going to try to get to 33 before draft night.
So I understand that a lot of these day 3 guys, the way to make the roster for them is special teams.
Yes.
Right. So literally, we drafted Terry McLaurin, and they were thinking about him for special teams. Terrell Davis, everyone knows who he is. He made a name for himself on special teams. All right, so how are these guys when it comes to teams?
I think with Overshone, that's a guy you'll be able to plug him in special teams right away. That's what I wrote in my article. I think in time you get him, mixed with the linebacker group, but he's going to be a special teams contributor to start right away. That's where Emmanuel Forbes, there's a knock on him because you're definitely not going to put him back in any punt return, kick return. So if you're going to draft a guy like Forbes, you're going to want him to compete pretty early with BSJ and Fuller for some playing time. I think with the special teams guys, you're looking at more some of those, later day 3 cornerbacks, running backs. I wrote about a couple of the guys that I think fit Washington pretty nicely in that spot.
Got you. All right. So do we really need to do? We can't do the mod because Lady A is not able to share her screen with us today.
Oh no.
Nope. Disclose location. So, like I said, man, listen.
You guys do it though.
I got stuff up in the background that I can't
see. Oh, but you talked about me.
I got stuff. Matter of fact, hold on. I'll just close mine. Hold on. Let me just close these.
I gotta get a new camera because my other camera interferes. The sound is for some reason killing the background noise. So I gotta get a camera that's just a camera.
When you share your screen, that's not gonna use another camera.
No, what I'm saying, but you won't be able to hear. I have to mute myself, so you can't hear the. You remember that you said I can hear that noise in the background? Mm-hmm. It's a camera with a mic on. That's why I haven't been using it. I need to get another one.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
We don't either. I got a question. This thing, oh God, you said she's in the bathroom. This thing about CJ Stroud.
Not me.
This thing about CJ Stroud, Adam. Real, fake? Is he dropping? What's going on?
Yeah, this is the smokescreen time. You start to hear, different reasons why, teams will put out, little tidbits to hopefully, guys can drop in the draft. Yeah, I don't see it at all. But on the flip side, you're seeing guys like Richardson and Levis getting pushed up real early. Like, well, one of these guys could be the number one quarterback. So it's smokescreen season, and I think you're going to start to hear this about a bunch of prospects. But yeah, I don't really buy it.
Got it. Okay. I think we're all set to share the screen. Give me one. Anthony Richardson. Okay. Don says Anthony Richardson is going to be a bust. My question is, so far in our mock draft, none of us have drafted Anthony Richardson.
Here we go.
Could you see a situation where this plays out come round one? Or do you think someone is absolutely going to draft Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a team that's going to draft him. It's a QB needy league, so I think you're going to see the 4 to 5. I'll take it a step further. I think Hendon Hooker will actually get selected in the first round. Everyone thinks that ACL is going to push into the second or third. I don't see it. That 5th round option, these reasonably priced quarterback deals in the first round, I think you're going to see, again, up to 5 quarterbacks. But Richardson, I'm not ready to call him a bust. But I think if you're expecting him to run a pro-style offense or anything the first 2 years, you're going to be disappointed. You can't coach a lot of the pocket awareness he has, escapability, but his accuracy is just horrendous. And, I think if you're a team, you better design a la RG3 type offense like Shanahan did early on to get him comfortable. Because I think if you're going to ask him to throw anything past those short intermediate throws, you're going to be disappointed because that accuracy really suffers. I think you see him at the combine, the rocket arm, 70-yard pass on the run. People just get enamored. But if you just look at the game tape, there was just a lot of cause for concern there. It's just his decision making. I think he left the pocket on a lot of occasions too early when he just, after one read, you talk about the definition of a one-read guy, and that's what he is right now. So he's far off for me to being a franchise guy, but you're definitely going to see him get taken in the top 10.
Well,
you don't think?
I like what Adam said because didn't I mention Hendon Hooker the last show?
Well, yeah. Listen, you always seem to point out when you mention something, but you never point out when I mention something.
But
what did you mention?
Hey, Adam, you don't think part of that is because of him having so many different offensive coordinators in his short tenure as a starting quarterback?
Yeah, well, that's definitely an issue. But, just on some of the coaches' film that I saw when he had a lot of guys open and just the decision making, and he's just off. I think that a lot of people are calling it the yips. Like sometimes, when you see MLB pitchers just are thrown into the ground, this and that. I just saw it far too often with him, and the lack of experience. That's another cause for concern with me. He could be awesome. He could be one of the best quarterbacks to come out of the SEC in the last 10 years. But for right now, from what the tape that I saw and trying to translate him to, let's say, a team like the Texans, the Panthers, I just don't see it. I see him going to the Colts early on, and I think that's going to be a big mistake because I think that unless they're prepared to just fully load, for the next 2, 3, 4 picks in this draft with wide receivers and pass catching tight ends, he's going to be in trouble. I think you have to surround a guy like that with weapons to even get mediocre play early round. If you're going to try to start him in year 1, even year 2, I think you're going to be disappointed because I think people get really caught up in the whole dual threat idea. And granted, there's something to be said for that. But I just see a lot of deficiency in his game, and the comps to Cam Newton, man, I definitely don't see it. I see the running ability and a lot of things that he did, but Cam Newton didn't have as far as the inaccuracies that he did. He did have some of those issues, but not like Richardson.
And I need metaphor to go to the corner now.
And
I mean, did we learn
already have a quarterback like that on their squad, Sam Ellinger?
Well, my question is, didn't we learn anything from Malik Willis last year? And everyone was saying Malik Willis was supposed. No. Malik Willis played at Liberty.
No. Different situation.
Well, he was projected to go in the first round. He didn't go in the first round. The only person that
Okay,
went
but
in the first
still,
round was Pickett.
if you're not gonna fix the offensive scheme to what the stats that I do, then yeah, you're gonna struggle. You're trying to put a square into a triangle. No, it's not gonna work.
Well,
Youngest P1 in the building. Go Caps is in the house.
Don't get me wrong now. I watched the game where he did struggle at times, but you can see some of the play calling wasn't for him. He's short. You have to move from one side to the other.
Hold on, say it.
Happy birthday, Go Caps. So that means you are the big 170.
She's 17 now.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Go Caps. Happy birthday. 17 now. Nice. Hendon Hooker. Gotta ask about him. If he hadn't gotten hurt, would he have been the fourth quarterback instead of, or would he have been the third quarterback? Better yet, would he have been the third quarterback off the board? Where did you see him playing, or where did you see him projected prior to his injury?
Yeah, he would have probably been the third quarterback. But in saying that, if you look at the Tennessee offense, they did him a lot of favors. There wasn't a whole lot of, 2-3 reads. It was a lot of one read, leave the pocket, short intermediate stuff. So again, I don't mean to have a knock on him for that, but I think that NFL teams are going to really, take that in. And as far as like what his overall projection is in this class, yeah, I would have put him in front of Richardson without the injury. But again, I think you have to really take it with a grain of salt when you watch what they did. But, that those couple games that he did play where he really shined, I think, who knows, that could have even propelled him to the second quarterback. But the age range will concern a couple of the QB needy teams, I'm sure. But I don't think it's the end all be all for him. I think it's just more about, his offense, how many years consistently did he have the same level of play? And the injury, of course, the injury is the least amount because I think, in this day and age, quarterbacks can come back from that injury, not a problem.
Yeah.
So my question now is, how can you hold age against someone when you want them to have a lot of starts?
Right.
But then on the other hand, you have like Anthony Richardson with a short sample size, 13, 14 games. So you can't have it both ways, especially with the COVID year.
Right.
Well, now you have guys that have stayed in college and they've used their eligibility, but you're going to hold it against them. But then you go back and say, hey, this guy played a short amount of time. We really don't know who he is. You can't have it both ways.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah. I don't think I think the media and like the fans probably make a lot bigger deal out of it than the draft rooms do. I think they have him pretty firm on their board. And if he's there, when a couple of their guys are off, a team will take him. And I think you talk about Washington, everyone got caught up with the visit with Hooker. Keep in mind that, when it comes to 16 and he's on the board, that's where I think you're going to start to see some movement. Same with Bijan Robinson. I think if you have Hooker and him on the board at 16, that's going to be an ample opportunity for Washington to move back. And you even heard Mayhew say it today about trading up, and he made it right away about how successful they were trading back. So it's not just wishful thinking. I think that they're going to be in position with one of these key guys that are going to drop, that they'll be able to move back into the 20s and, get extra third, fourth, fifth round picks.
Right. Wait, Adam, what are you doing on Thursday next week?
Got to get back to you on that. This is the craziest. I got to get back to you after tonight. I got to check my messages.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, Adam, what you're saying, we definitely touched on that as well. I mean, what do we do when 16 comes up and we don't need the first available? Yeah, you can use that. You can go ahead and capitalize off of that. I would.
All right. So hold on. These questions in the chat are really good. So I'm gonna pause on sharing my screen and let's get some of these questions answered right while we have Adam. All right. So Trey Lance, what? Trey Lance had a short sample size here, is what he's saying also, and his NFL career has been really short too. Joey Porter Jr. with the quarterbacks pushing up and making other people fall back. The next thing will probably be a run on edge rushers and tight and tackles.
Yeah.
Is it possible Joey Porter Jr. could be sitting there as well at 16?
Yeah, I think it's very possible. It's going to come down to preference because, my guys, Christian Gonzalez, Devin Weatherspoon, those are your first two guys. So that's the first tier. Then you go into that second one, which is, 1B. And that's where Joey Porter and Deonte Banks, to me, are pretty close as far as, where they're ranked. Probably like, 1 and 2 after those other guys. So I think it's all about scheme fit, who you're looking for. So I think that it could come to 16 and either Banks or Porter will be available. But I do think before Washington picks, there's going to be at least 3 corners off the board. And I can definitely see a situation where 4 are off the board. And if that happens, again, you're talking about the tackles on the board. And Broderick Jones from Georgia, again, everybody knows, the comments on him or, he's got stuff to work on, not as much game experience. But to me, he's the number one guy, even in front of Paris Johnson Jr. I like him. But Antoine Harrison is you talk about true left tackle, from Oklahoma. That's a guy who really demonstrated, we're talking about if you're trying to really establish that passing game. He's a left tackle that's really going to do that day one. Needs some work with the run game, but if you continue to build that offensive line, you'll have those. But I think there's going to be a run on edge tackles and cornerbacks. But again, those 3 or 4 quarterbacks that can go in the top 16, it's just going to be a trickle-down effect, and I think one of these guys, blue chip guys, is going to be available to them.
All right, so
and Roger Jones, while playing tackle, did not give up a sack. Just so you
awesome.
know.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I love him.
All right, so hey, Adam, have you ever been in a snowball fight?
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's not the snowball that you see coming; it's always the one from the side, right?
Right.
So what I'm going to ask you here is, give us a player in a position that we're not thinking about that we could possibly wound up with if we move back, if we stay at 16, which way we go. Give us that snowball that we don't see coming.
Yeah, I'll give you my dark horse of dark horses, which is, again, we'll stick with the Bulldogs, Nolan Smith. I think that if you're talking about an edge guy, a little bit undersized for the traditional role, but man, Nolan Smith is he's a freak. This guy, even with Chase Young and Sweat, I think if you can work this guy in, you have a dynamic pass rush. But I think if somehow that there's thought of looking towards the future, knowing that you can't keep Young and Montez Sweat, maybe you pull the trigger on this because everyone says, well, they made it happen with Allen and Payne. I don't think it's going to be the same situation with Young and Sweat. I don't see all 4 of them being able to be locked in long term after next year. So I think that dark horses of dark horses, Nolan Smith from Georgia. So he's kind of a household name, but I don't think a lot of people would be, pegging him to Washington.
Nolan Smith is the skinny one, right, Sid?
Mm-hmm. He was the one got the last. He was the one got the last tackle against Alabama in the national championship game.
But he has a motor like Chase.
Yeah.
He's the one with the motor. Okay. All right. So I had to make sure there. Are we ready to go draft simulator?
Sure. Why not?
All right.
Are we ready to say it? Or
we're going to go.
Wait. Are we doing the simulator or we doing our?
We'll do the simulator first.
Okay.
All right. So I had it set for Washington, but we'll go with Atlanta first. Let's go with Atlanta.
Whoa,
all right.
Easy.
He said easy. Why you say easy? Say you don't want him to do that?
I'm all lady. I'm always
do both
ready.
at the same time.
Matter of fact, hey. We can do both. We can do both. We can do both at the same time. We can do both at the same time.
It ain't like I just said it. It's all right.
All right, let's draft.
We're gonna go to lady 8.
All right, and we're off. Bryce Young,
of course.
Stroud,
of course.
Christian Gonzalez. Oh, the corner goes third.
Oh, Anthony. Oh, wow.
Anthony goes for it. That's not good for the Colts. Atlanta. We got some trades, baby.
Hold on, right before y'all.
Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones goes. Bijan Robinson goes to the Detroit Lions. That's not a bad landing spot.
I think it is, but I'm biased.
110. Go ahead. I like Austin
Accept
Eckler.
it?
Go ahead, take that one. Accept it.
All
Accept it. And they did trade a player too, said Will Anderson. They took Will Anderson, said.
Oh, wow.
There goes Jalen Carter. Witherspoon's gone. Ringo's
Y'all
gone.
They're
Paris
stabbing me in
Johnson.
the heart, I tell
Will
you.
Levis goes to Green Bay.
And at number 15.
At
No
number
way.
They're stabbing me in the heart.
At 15. Washington's on the board with no trade offers.
No trade.
No trade officers.
Oh, wait. We need to take Peter. Go ahead. We need that.
That's what you want?
I say, does everyone agree?
Hey.
Skoronski is a good pick. We need that.
My problem with Skoronski is he's an interior guy. They're touting him to be a blindside guy, maybe right tackle. I think that's not gonna. I think he's gonna eventually move inside and be an all-pro interior lineman. So to me, it would just be a little high for him.
All right.
Short
What position? Yeah, that's what we heard. Short arms too. That's what I'm hearing. What position would you guys like to look for?
Tackle.
Well, okay.
OT.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 is Darnell Wright's at 30. Guard. Let's see, guard. We still have Osiris Torrance on the board here, but he's for 39.
Right.
On the defensive side,
on the outside.
we have the safety out of Alabama who is ranked at 16, Brian Branch.
And I like Van Ness too. For us, I should say. I don't like any of these.
Let's look at we got Joey Porter Jr. here.
Okay.
We could
propose a trade. Keep it moving. Don't try to propose no trade. Make it big and keep it moving.
All right. Let's go with the safety.
Pick one and keep it moving. Thank you.
We'll go with the safety.
And that's Branch you selected, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna play slot corner for you from day one.
Reject.
Why is Atlanta getting all the trade offers?
Oh man.
Reject.
Say reject. You got 3 trade offers, said.
Yeah.
Hey, you get
none. Oh wait, what is that?
Another running back said?
Yeah, I would need that.
No, they already
took an offensive line. Reject.
Oh, yeah.
Reject that one.
Oh,
you can move back 6 spots and pick up another player.
You don't want it.
You don't want that one either?
Nope. You don't want that one.
Hey.
What you trying
to Reject.
Reject it. All right, who you picking, Sid? Offensive line. O-line. Where? Guard, tackle, center.
Tackle.
So O-tackle. You got
Darnell Wright is a good.
Darnell Wright.
He's at 30 and we're at 21.
That's you want him now?
That's what I want.
Ain't gonna get him next time around.
Say it going over draft. Okay, cool. There's the cornerback from Maryland. There's Banks gone. I'm really sort of hoping that we can get back and grab Banks.
We too far down to grab anybody. Look at that. They go see. They read that. Boom.
They go Torrance gone. Yep.
I'm too far down. I'm waiting to get another one. Look at that. Everybody gone.
Hendon Hooker just went to the Jets.
40.
I'm not trading nobody to New Orleans. Negative.
I think it's personal. Say we're not even answering that call.
Right.
Bringing Cook home?
No, you don't need that.
No.
Oh, he was about to do it, Lady A.
Whoa.
You said no.
Give me go to defense.
Defense, okay. Where you
go looking? Edge. Go to tackle.
D-tackle, okay.
Shoot, he's gone.
What are you looking for?
Mozzie Smith is like right there around where you're picking. I wouldn't pick him, but I'm just letting you know.
Go to safety.
Antonio Johnson.
That's a little high for him.
Go down a little bit.
You want
But
to go to
said
corner?
don't care. He said I'm gonna get who I want to get.
There's Forbes out of Mississippi. He's actually at 41.
Go back to the offense. I know who I want to get, but he may not be there. Give me Darnell.
I knew it as soon as he showed up. I knew it was Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a trade offer here.
You finna hit him with the Belichick. Take
No,
take
we don't
one.
want
Two
that.
offers.
We don't want that.
I don't like this either.
Mm-mm.
Nope. I'm gonna
Look, Adam,
that
do
one.
you? Okay, never mind.
No.
Adam, what do you think? I said no to this one too.
Yeah, don't.
All right. So where are we going?
Who's the best available?
Safety. We went safety first time,
Who's
right?
the best
Best available
available
right now. We have the D tackle out of Pittsburgh.
I would choose Mozzie Smith before I choose him. That's just me, but
Hold on. Did this guy benefit from playing with the second coming of Aaron Donald?
who? Mozzie?
No.
I was about to say.
The one from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
I think I think there's a lot of comps because of the size. What 6'1", 285. But no, I love him. He's a hell of a prospect, and no way he's going to slip to the second round. He's gonna go in the top 25. That would just be an extreme luxury for Washington. I think you can't do something like that with the first 2 picks.
I don't think so either. You got a linebacker here, Drew Sanders from Arkansas. You got a center, Michael Schmidt.
That's who I would go with.
the center.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Arkansas pass rusher. I wrote about him, Sanders, because I like him because he can be your Mike linebacker, and he's actually better at rushing the passer right now. We would seen them put an emphasis on linebackers, in free agency. So I think they're just going to roll with what they have and get some developmental guys. I don't think you'll see a linebacker for the first 2 picks, because if it was, I like Campbell out of Iowa or Deion Henley out of Washington State. But I think this is the spot you go interior line.
All right. I actually like the idea of Campbell being that snowball that comes out of nowhere for us. All right,
Yeah.
Sid. You have another pick. This is Arizona.
Okay. That's not bad, Sid.
No, we move.
You mean moving forward?
We moving back too much. You know, we
Yeah,
added
you're
picks.
right. However, the second one is up. You see?
Move back. And
You
then
move
you
back
Let
like
me see the other one first. Let me see the other one first. I'll reject that one, player.
He does not
I'm not
want
trading with the
anything to
Saints.
do.
See, that one's better. That's out of all of them. That one's better. But that's up to you, Sid.
Yeah. Let me take that one.
All right. Why is Atlanta getting so much action right now, Sid?
Man, this is bias.
Oh my boy. Oh my goodness. I knew I should have rejected it. He off the board.
And
Safety
you're up,
I
Sid.
want just came off the board. Reject.
Look at you.
Reject.
Now he not gonna choose nothing.
He is not
Reject.
trading no more.
My
He's
safety
right.
came off the board that I wanted. Go to center. We don't need a center.
You got
We
Phillips
need a
there, the corner
Can
out
you
of
get
Utah.
to the center?
No, give me
You got Brent, the corner out of Kansas State.
click on the defense right quick. Give me Sidney Brown, Illinois.
Safety out of Illinois.
I thought you would have went with the Alabama boy.
Jordan Battle.
Don't worry, asking me.
Sid, you got another shot.
Reject.
Man,
You want to see the next one, Sid?
Reject.
that's just one down.
Reject both of them.
Sid said no.
Go to
Offense.
Go to wide receiver.
The best is Marvin.
I don't like him.
A.T. Perry is on the board.
Yeah, I
Well,
know
because
who it
he's
is.
at
Scroll down a little
81.
bit.
That's why.
Let me get Mingo right there.
Mingo?
Yep.
Right now?
You drafting all the way up there.
Say it.
Pick. Give me Mingo, pick.
I'm gonna give you Mingo, but I'm
I
just
want
saying,
Mingo.
bro. You wonder why you're gonna be fired the day after the draft.
But you know what? We're gonna be making the scoreboard ring. Tang, 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 tang.
But you're gonna be fired.
Aw.
Said they're making the scoreboard ring. All right, Sage, you're on the clock again.
Reject. Oh, I'm definitely not trading him out with Chicago. They got my quarterback.
Okay, Sage, where you going?
I'm definitely go to defense. Right there. Go back to the top. Andre Carter. Army.
Army.
Edge.
Is that your little brother?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking. All right, we got a trade offer. We have
That's
two.
not bad. That's on the 13 spots.
Of course you're going to say
And we
that.
pick up 156.
Not at all.
It's only 13 spots, Lady A.
I don't like either one of those teams.
Adam.
I don't help them out.
That's
Yeah.
Make the pick where you are. Stay where you are.
Make the pick. Reject both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, rejecting both. What are we going with?
Who are the offensive tackles on the board?
Warren McClendon, number one. Carter
You got
Warren.
McClendon. You got Carter Warren.
Tyler
Sheen.
McClendon
Morris
played more
out of
than Harden
Oklahoma.
did offensive
McFadden out of Clemson.
Yeah, a lot of those guys. A couple of those guys are going to slide inside to guard, so that's probably not going to work.
Yeah, that's what McClendon is.
Right. To me, this is when you start looking at double dipping with cornerback. Who's on the board for cornerback?
Harris out of Ohio State. Tutu is that Tutu out of Alabama?
That's
you
a
said
linebacker.
corners?
He said quarterback.
Oh, my bad. Corners. My bad. Blue Kelly, Austin out of Oregon. Hodges Tomlinson out of TCU. Valentine out of Kentucky. Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, we
Gardner out of.
We can look at that a little later on. I've got a couple guys in mind later. What about the linebackers?
There we go.
You got to read them to me. I can't. It's
okay.
The first one.
You got Henry Toto. You got Owen Popo. Muhammad. That's his name. Because he was committed to Georgia and flipped to Auburn.
Yeah.
He wanted to start.
I'm just laughing at the Tutu and Popoa right behind each other.
Muhammad is it Diabet?
Right. And Overshaw. Dennis.
Overshaw, who we was talking about earlier.
Overshaw. Williams out of Tulane. Graham out of Purdue. Mapp out of Sacramento State. San Clemente State. Hayward out of Duke and Jones out of Indiana.
I like Tutu, but I would hope. What pick is this? 97? Is this?
This is 90. This is 96.
96. I'd like to get him a little later, but he's one of the better ones on the board. The next one is the 4th round. I'd maybe go with Tutu, but I wrote about him, but I have questions. Like I feel like if we can get him in the next round, that's better value.
So do you want to pass on him right now and see if we can get him there?
Yeah, I want to pass him right now. Who's the best available?
Best available right now is the guard. Yeah, which is McClendon. You actually have the Iowa tight end on the board.
So Laporta.
Yeah. You got Laporta on the board, and he's 82. The running back Evans out of Ole Miss. Bixby out of Alabama, running back.
He's better than Evans. He's on a bad team.
Right.
He's on a bad team.
Right. The next round is when I want to see a running back, or the 5th round. I really wanted to get an offensive tackle, but these guys, These guys are more going to slide inside.
Hold on. Any of these tight ends make your list that we have here, or should we just keep
Scroll down a little bit.
we got
Laporta's legit.
All right, so we got Laporta.
Latu got
Cameron
nice
Latu
wheels.
Out of Alabama.
Yeah,
No.
he got nice wheels.
Schoolmaker out of Michigan, but this is 82, 103, and 152.
I don't think they will, but for as far as value, I would like Laporta. They call him Baby Gronk.
Yeah.
So we're selecting Baby
Good
Gronk.
pick to me.
Carter just went.
McClendon,
McClendon went.
Kansas City.
Yep. All right, Sid, you're on the board.
Hey, I ain't getting no offers this time, did I?
Nope. I guess you shut them up.
Go to quarterback.
Best available first. Here's best available.
I traded for a running back, so I don't need a running back, and I already got one on the squad. Go to offense. Go to quarterback.
A bunch of guys you never heard of.
DTR.
What
do you mean?
DTR is there. DTR is there.
I'm not going to
he's
take him right
there.
now. I want to see if he's still up there.
Yeah, he's 184.
Yeah, go to wide receivers.
Oh,
I need wide receivers and defensive line. That's what we need in Atlanta.
Jaden Reed.
Go to defense.
Yeah, this is when it gets rough.
Yeah.
Tackle.
Pickens, Young, Ojimo, I can't say that. Wooden, Player, Steels, and Redmond.
He wants to know at this point. Well, say it, don't care.
Yeah, say it or overdraft. He's fired tomorrow, so.
Give me Pickens out of South Carolina.
I knew it.
All
He
right.
just wants a quarterback named Pickens.
All right, we got trade offers, Adam.
Absolutely not.
We can't let Lady A's bias affect us. Okay, so
look, did it.
Detroit wants to give. They want the 118 pick. They're going to give us 152, 159, and 183, and they also want 233.
It's a little too far to move back. I'm going to say no.
Thank you.
Let's filter to the running backs. See if it's Spears on the board.
Spears?
Yeah, out of Tulane.
Offense.
Running back.
You gotta go to click on running back pick.
My bad.
There you go.
I don't think so. He's probably gone already.
Tajay Spears. No.
Yeah, nope. Don't see him.
He's not that far down.
What about Deuce Vaughn? Is Deuce Vaughn on the board?
I
don't see him.
He's not. Oh,
he is. He's at 192.
192?
Yeah, see that the rankings are all off.
What about Kenny Mack at 137?
Is Keaton Mitchell on the board? What's he at?
Mitchell. Right, Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, Keaton Mitchell out of East Carolina. He's 194.
Yeah, they rank him high, but I'm going to take him right there.
Okay.
That's not as big as reach as people think it's going to be.
Adam's getting fired the day after the draft as well. He might get fired in the middle of the draft.
He said the numbers are off.
The numbers are off. Yeah.
Oh, trade.
My guy Joshua Williams went in the fourth to Kansas City last year, and Duggar went to the Pats in the second the year before. So I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
The fourth round is when people make money. Okay.
They want Leno.
They want Leno from us.
Leno, guys.
You want to move back 5 picks?
We didn't replace him, so I can't.
Yeah. First off, they would have both of our tackles, Trent Williams and Leno Jr.
Nah, that's a problem. That's problematic.
No.
All right. Where are we going? Best available?
Yeah, what's the best available?
Chase Brown, running back out of Illinois. Valentino, cornerback out of Kentucky. Dennis, linebacker out of Pittsburgh. Lady A, say that name.
Which one? Olusegun.
Yeah, that one.
Oluwatimi.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
McFadden out of Georgia. I'm sorry, Clemson out of Clemson. Gray, Eric Gray. Eric Gray out of Oklahoma.
Say it like that, say it. What, because McFadden?
Those are running backs, corners, linebacker, offensive center, O-tackle, and running back. That's the top five.
Who do you have on a defensive linebacker? Filter that.
Defense linebacker.
Who are your tops?
We got Dennis out of Pittsburgh, Williams out of Tulane, Graham out of Purdue, Mapp out of Sacramento State, and Haywood out of Duke, Jones out of Indiana at 218, 206, 201, 173, and 163, 134.
Yeah, I like Mapu, but this is a little early. I think you can get Mapu in the next round, the Sacramento State kid. I wrote about him. What about edge? Because this is a spot I could see them looking at edge rusher for defense.
Edge rusher. We got Lady A.
Don't need try pick.
Yeah. Baldonino. I don't know. Out of Pittsburgh.
It's Baldonado.
Baldonado out of Pittsburgh.
He's messing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm gonna butcher all the names. Gay out of LSU.
Yaya Diaby.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Out of Louisville.
What do they have him ranked there? I'm just trying to see.
198.
It's a little early, but I think I'm going to go with him because I was just started watching. Me and Ryan Fowler were talking about him earlier. I really like it. He's fast, 4.56 40, decent size. Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
We got a Yaya on the team. How about that? Said you should have like 17 picks coming up here soon, right?
We hope so.
We almost done. Are you sure his pick's gonna come up? He did all that and can't get him back.
It might be done.
Oh, Deuce Vaughn just left.
Okay. Yeah. Here's Atlanta's. Said, yeah. He got Eckler in a trade.
So I got a tackle, I got an edge, got a safety, everything that we needed. We got Donnell right at
wide
tackle.
Receiver and Mingo.
We need a wide receiver to replace Ridley. We got that. We needed a safety. We got that. We had an extra running back, even though the rookie we got was nice this year, and we also still got Patterson. Go back to the top.
You got two Darnells too. Look at you.
I'm fine with that. I got Darnell Washington going with Pitt and along with 5.
All right. Branch, Laporta, Mitchell. Hey, we hit some pretty good spots here. Running backs, edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 picks. One of our trades was a little further back, but hey.
Yeah. That was good.
All right, there we go. Not bad. 80. Oh my God! Some of the comments I didn't get a chance to see because I was in the other screen. But hey, that was an exercise in mock draftery. Now let's get to our draft here. The last part of our draft.
Say, don't you laugh.
Wait, Lady A is. She said,
"Oh boy,
y'all didn't even notice my camera went out. Like y'all,
no, I was on the other screen. I was on the other screen. It's okay. So,
I noticed.
Yeah, Sid would have had to
move some stuff around.
All right, Sid, you want to review what we've done so far with our first round draft?
All right. As we find out here, the wrong button I pushed there. First round of the mock draft, picks 1 through 7. As you can see, these are the ones that are off the board. couple quarterbacks, couple defensive players. Oh, 3 quarterbacks actually.
There's one quarterback still out there.
14, as you see. The Falcons take the great offensive tackle, Broderick Jones. He stays at home. Thank you.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
They did some finally. Then next round, we got another Georgia product going to Green Bay. They're trying to bring back something else. Then I had a quarterback in the mobile. It is what it is. Darnell Wright, Michael Myers, Miles Murphy. A lot of people went off in this round. A lot of decent people went off in this round right here. All right. Then the last one, picks 22 to 26, Zay Flowers came off. Did I do that backwards? I'll fix it. Never mind.
Yeah, you did
White,
the graphics.
Tyree Wilson, Antonio Harris, and Dalton Kincaid, who did not pick at first, but complained that we gave it to him anyway because he picked somebody else. But we're not gonna get on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're not gonna get on that.
All right, who's up?
That's me.
All right,
I have the
27
infamous. I have the infamous Buffalo Bills.
Yes, you do.
I don't know who set this up this way. I know I don't like these people, but here I am.
Sure you
Okay.
do.
However, you got to look at what they need and who's available. So
They need a wide receiver, defensive line, linebacker. That's what Buffalo needs.
I think that needs their offense needs some
I'm just
assistance.
reading off what they put on the board. You can do what you want. I'm just reading what they put on the board.
With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Alabama's own Tyler Steen, who was a major protector for Bryce Young. So he did 3 years at Vanderbilt, then went over to Alabama. He's their guy for this round.
Oh, okay.
Who's up next? Nice pick,
That
though.
would be me. It would be me at 28. The Cincinnati Bengals. They need an offensive lineman, tight end, and running back. I think the running back right now is most important because somebody might be going to jail.
Yeah, right.
With that being said, I'm gonna pull them out of the gym.
Did I miss again? Did I miss something big? Mixon in trouble again?
They reopened the case.
They filed gun charges on Mixon.
They reopened it. Yeah.
Yeah. He might not be unavailable. So what I did was I did the research.
Okay.
And I found a guy who's gonna fit that. He's gonna fit the mold for Cincinnati. Tough runner, can catch the ball, doesn't make it between the tackles on the outside.
What Georgia Bulldog is going here?
You can take Bigsby, running back. Although he is from Georgia.
I was gonna say, we didn't see Prime. I was waiting for that. Like, okay, you didn't tell me where you're from.
No, but all realness though, I think he'll fit this squad well because of the way he runs the ball hard. He's not gonna have he's durable. He doesn't have many runs on him because they ended going to a pass first offense. So they took him out of a lot of it, but they did throw the ball to the running back. Most of the time, Auburn was throwing the ball downfield, but they struggled throwing the ball downfield.
Adam, what's your thoughts?
With that right there, the dude's gonna get plenty of run.
I like him, but again, I didn't see Jamar Gibbs and Zach Carbonet off the board. If I go running back, those are the two I would go before him. But he's right; he's not that far behind those two.
Nice pick, Sid. Maybe Cincinnati will hire you after you get fired from Atlanta.
Oh,
because
hey, you know what? I wish Atlanta would invite one person to the draft board so I could be able to talk mad trash before they get ready to do that pick.
Say they don't. Hey, who's up next?
I would be in there talking about why. I would ask them questions, player, before the pick.
Who's up next?
Why?
Who's up?
What are you seeing? What are you seeing here you don't see over here?
get banned.
Banned. Say, who's up next?
The 29th pick to New Orleans is it's you. I'm sorry, it's you. It's not Ant, it's you.
29. How do we get to 20? 20?
I had
Okay,
27.
Okay.
28.
Yeah.
29.
What do they need? Say it.
The New Orleans Saints need defensive end, tight end, offensive lineman.
Is Murphy available?
No.
No.
Miles Murphy went last week.
Oh.
Hold on, let me grab it. You got your boy from Ohio State, DeWar Jones, gentleman Michael Smith from Minnesota. You got Kobe Mock. Oh, that's it.
No, hold on. Will McDonough.
Mock. I don't know who that is. I can't even see.
Will McDonough
from Iowa State.
Will McDonough. 6'4". 6'4".
You say Will McDonough?
Yeah, 6'4", 239. You might as well say 240 because he ate a biscuit earlier today. So 240. Put the 240 on him.
Okay. Now the 30th pick belongs to Ant. And it's Philadelphia.
And would you like to do this one, Adam?
Yeah, I don't even need to look at their needs. I know after Miles Sanders is gone, I think that they're gonna have to go running back. And I think you talk about
they got him at 10 already.
Oh, they got Bijan Robinson.
They got
they did get
Bijan
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. Ant hated it. He was annoyed by it.
I see that happening though.
So they went running back already. So what do they go here?
I think they'll continue to build the offense. So I think they'll look at a tight end. I saw you guys had Dalton Kincaid off the board. So
yeah.
I'm looking at
Laporta's still on the board.
Michael Myers is Notre Dame's Meyer on the board.
He's gone. He's going.
Yeah.
I can tell you the top. Myers is going. Washington's going. Kincaid's going. And Musgrave is going.
Okay.
You still have Tucker Kraft, Laporta, Shoemaker, Wiley, Latu, and Billingsley. Those are the next 7.
You said Laporta.
You said Laporta, Adam. Yeah, I'm pausing on that because I know they did bring back a couple of their corners, but I think that they'll still be looking at a corner. Is Emmanuel Forbes still available?
You say for corner?
Yeah.
I think so.
Hold on.
I think so.
Forbes is available, I believe.
Definitely.
What,
Definitely.
What did you say his name was?
Emmanuel Forbes, Mississippi
Emmanuel
State.
Forbes.
Yes, he's still out there.
Yeah, I would take Philadelphia will continue to build that defensive backfield. Yeah, that's ideal because you're not trying to push him to contribute immediately on day one, but he'll take over eventually the next year or two on the outside for one of them. But ball hawk.
I can tell you one thing right now. If this happens, if they get Bijan Robinson and then they turn around with their next pick and they get Ford, we should just put their name in the Super Bowl in Sharpie. In Sharpie. I mean, the only thing that I could see derailing it would be injuries.
Yeah.
It's like, just kiss the ring. Just be like, Philly would be like, kiss the ring, NFC East, because we're just going to run through you.
I could see them go offensive line here, too, to try to continue to build that up. But I think Forbes, I think you get a guy who's a ball hawk, 14 interceptions in his career. You pair them with that defense, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, and their defense did a lot. They played with the lead a lot last year, which is why their secondary was so outstanding. But they did lose some pieces from their secondary,
right?
During the free agency period. So let's hope that weakened them. Plus, the most important two pieces, they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, which I believe they replaced the defensive coordinator today.
Was he replaced, or he was the? Patricia, I was wondering if he was going to be the actual coordinator, or I thought I heard something about him being like an assistant. I don't know if he's the full defensive coordinator though. Right. I know they added Patricia to the staff. No one can stand him. No one can stand him. That guy's the worst.
Yeah, Lady A, you're up.
Okay, so I have Kansas City. So I've
Yes.
done quite a bit of thinking because this is a team that I'm afraid of. And I don't want to be selfish and not give them what they need. I think this person is still on the board. I'm shocked. If they are still on the board, I'm shocked because I'm surprised Pick didn't get them. If they are, I have some backups if they are already taken. But Ohio State's DeJuan Jones.
I didn't.
Okay, so he's offensive tackle, big 375-pound guy. Like I think that would be great. I know they had some shifting. I want to say Jawan Taylor moved
Yeah.
to the left side, so yeah, obviously they could use him. So I'm gonna go with DeJuan Jones. Sid, is he gone?
No.
No,
Okay,
he's there.
He's gone now.
I'll give you
what's-
guys an interesting tidbit. I just was talking today to Ryan Fowler. He was invited to Washington for one of the 30 visits, and he turned it down once he found out that Wiley has been penciled in pretty much. I guess his agent told he's penciled in as right tackle for sure. So there's going to be no competition there between him and Cosme. And so yeah, Thanos is what they call him. He declined the visit, so not the greatest look, but I think he's got one of the highest side of any offensive tackle in this class, especially on the right side.
Just because you decline the visit, don't mean that we can't draft you.
Right, exactly. It happens.
That's
Right.
true.
Right.
You could turn it down, but hey, you were selected to come here. Unless your name is John Elway or Manning.
Wait, we're not going to talk about Manning because I have bitter feelings towards one of the Mannings.
Oh, hold on. Do tell.
What? I've said this. I had this conversation. The little one. The little one. When he got drafted, y'all saw the little one.
Yeah, we all saw the little. He wouldn't put the hat on. He was like, they was like, here.
I was livid. Okay, I just need you guys to know I was livid.
That's what happens when your dad has been in the league. Your brother's tearing the lead up.
I don't care. You're still not your brother.
Hey, listen, he had 2 Super Bowls before his brother had 2.
Here, he's still not his brother.
He had 2 Super Bowls. He's the funnier Manning.
He's not funny to me. I dislike the child.
Okay.
He act like a toddler.
Hold on. Speaking of which, let's go here. Let's do this real fast. A lot of spring games were this weekend, and we were all caught up in some other things. Say it. Unger's been replaced, the most winningest Unger in all of Georgia's history, but that's not where we're going. We're going to the quarterback positions in Texas, where clearly Baby Manning is the number 2 guy.
Yep.
Will he be transferring, said?
Nope.
No, he's just going to sit there and tough it out?
Yep, because the quarterback, the starter only has 1 year left. He's a transfer. He's not going away.
Yeah, I think Arch, he'll see the field this year. He knows it.
Yeah. But the thing was, I taped the game, so I'm going to watch it. They say he struggled with some of his reads.
Oh, yeah, Arch Manning did struggle. He struggled badly.
He struggled with some of his reads.
He struggled badly.
With him getting a year in behind Ewers, I don't remember the name. That'll give him a chance to see what's going on, and then they'll put him in periodically, get him some passes in. Probably gets one of those cupcakes when they get up about 30.
Right.
Throw him in, let him throw a few balls around. I mean, that's what they do.
Build your confidence up. Build your confidence up.
I'm going to tell you right now, whoever we play in game 1, they put 50 up. It is what it is. The defense is behind the offense this year. They're going to put 50 up. They're going to bring in both the quarterbacks and the third quarterback. They're going to put 50 up.
Okay.
Sorry. Just let
you
know early.
Adam, have you watched any of the spring games?
I haven't got a chance. I've just been all over the
You've been knee deep in the NFL.
Yeah.
Which is where a lot of us have been, because trust me, watching the spring games has always been one of my big things, so I can see what the team Ohio State's going to look like. I can see what Maryland's going to look like.
Yeah.
And it snuck right under the radar on me. Said, We haven't recorded. We have to come over and have a film session and see what's going on, so I could be up on Georgia. Get my early draft board ready for next year because there are only a couple of schools that I draft from: Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Penn State.
I was going to tell you, go ahead and lie, because we were picking, so I was waiting for you to sit here and try to.
There are only a few schools that I draft from because I draft from schools that breed competition in their program so that Saturdays are easy.
Just know Brock Bowers will be in the top 10 next year.
He
will make it out of the top 10 next year.
Are we complete with our first round?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so Adam, we just completed our first round.
Yay.
All right. Is there anyone that we did not draft that we overlooked in our first round mock draft here?
You got to right. The picks went by pretty quick, but
they do go past.
I didn't see them all. Oh, okay. So let's see: Stroud, Young, William Anderson, Johnson, Carter. Okay.
I already know who pick one said.
Okay, Project Johnson, Addison, Porter. Okay. Darnell Washington, Harrison Branch, okay. Matt Flowers, Hyde, okay.
And then the last ones we just did here, the ones that we had today. Say it, run them down.
Did I not see Anthony Richardson?
You did not.
Yeah, he's definitely not that I'm saying he wants it, but yeah, that's definitely somebody that's going to be taken. Didn't see Jackson Smith, Najibba.
No, he went.
Yeah,
Jackson
he's
Smith
on there.
Najibba.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he went number 12 to Houston.
Yeah.
Cansey too from Pittsburgh, the defensive tackle we talked about. Yeah,
right.
That guy.
Yeah, he wasn't on there.
Paris Johnson was on there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Paris Johnson went number 4.
Right there. Number 4.
Right.
Yeah. See, let me pull it down, pick. I'm gonna tell you why I picked Paris. That was my pick in this first round instead of a quarterback. It doesn't make a difference what quarterback you get if you can't protect it.
That's right.
He's gonna be one of those guys that has the potential to be a decade guy. That you know that he's gonna protect the quarterback all the time. I mean, all players have flaws. Especially first rounders.
But that's not how it works.
The upside for him is gonna be pretty good. That was my pick.
But that's not how it works. This is how it works.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
We pay you a lot of money. You're gonna take some punishment your first year, but we gonna pay you a boatload of money. But you gonna get your head rocked, and then next year we'll get you a franchise tackle. How do I know? Ask Peyton Manning.
Here we go.
Hey, ask Peyton Manning. Ask Eli Manning. Ask. Oh, you a recent ex Josh Allen?
That's why I started with offensive tackle.
But you're not doing it the way that these idiots do
it. You still wait. You still got Hendon Hooker. You still got DTR. You still got what's that boy's name?
They pay good, so you take a beating good your first year as a quarterback. Because you don't want another David Carr player. You don't want another David Carr. Guess what's about to happen this year?
You want somebody who's going to survive.
Pick right now. They're really like the NFL is under a lot of heat right now.
Okay, hold on.
You have to understand that.
Let me put this graphic up.
Let your quarterback get beat up like how you used to.
Let me put this graphic up real fast.
Yeah.
Who is the starting tackle, either tackle, right or left, for Carolina Panthers? Is he an All-Pro?
Now, I will say this. I don't know him off the top of my head, but you better remember, Carolina was in the position
because they ran the ball because they was running the ball last year.
So them tackles did their job. You got to remember who the quarterbacks were.
Can they pass
Who was the quarterback?
Can they pass protect? Said.
Who was the quarterback?
Can they pass protect?
Pick. Tua.
Oh, we saw it. He was fighting in his sleep.
Something like that is going to make people start to understand that you got to protect them.
But that's not what happens. Adam, help me out here, Adam.
Yeah, no, it's common sense what she's talking about. But again, exactly, especially with situations, it's like, is this coach on the hot seat? You know, can they afford to, you know, get a blindside protector and develop him? It's just not the way the league's done anymore. They don't do it that way. Skill positions are what you're going to see, you know, with a lot of the first picks, and a lot of teams don't put emphasis. And Ron Rivera, he's a classic example in Carolina, and he's been like that with Washington. If they don't start to, you know, put some emphasis on, you know, offensive tackles and even interior guys early, that they're going to be in trouble. Sam Howell's going to be in trouble, because right now I think Leno, you know, he was serviceable. The other side was serviceable, but it's not long term. And I think the teams that really do succeed, you know, have that. And I think Kansas City really showed that. That's why we poached their right tackle. But I talked to a lot of Kansas City fans, and they said Wiley should be at right guard, not right tackle. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So I understand what you guys are saying, and I'm 100% in agreement with you. We should literally build up everything and pray that we suck again, so we could draft a quarterback the following year.
No, we don't pray that.
No, I'm not literally talking about Washington, but what I'm saying is this. If we did it you guys' way, we don't get a quarterback, because you have one or you don't have one lead. But we get the right tackle, the left tackle, and then we suck again, and we're drafting at the top of the board where we can get a quarterback. Now my tackles have had a year to mature, to understand what it takes to be a grown man in this league and protect the baby. Now that's the quarterback. Yeah. That's how it should be, but it's not that way.
Because if I remember correctly, by the end of the year, Kansas City was starting 2 rookie tackles.
Good night, go Caps.
Wasn't it?
All right.
Because the other 2 guys got hurt.
Yeah.
Kennard. Okay, so what I'm saying is what I'm saying. You still got to have those pieces.
Yeah, they started a lot of rookies last year. They traded
for some other people, but by the end of the year, in them playoff games where they really, really, really need somebody, they will start rookies.
But they started a lot of rookies last year, and that's why Kansas City slowly got better.
We talking about the offensive line pick. Don't try to fool around it.
All right, okay.
No.
You're right. I tried to hit you with the David Blaine just now.
But they did though. They started them cornerbacks were first-year cornerbacks. But they did though.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you that. But we're talking about the offensive line, and we talking about Mahomes.
That's why I said I tried to hit you with the David Blaine to tell you to look over here while I was moving some stuff around over here.
Coaching matters. Coaching matters. And
there's
great positional coaches out there.
Another question for you here, Adam. Another question for you. All right. Caleb Williams. All right. So Caleb Williams, the Texas quarterback, next year's quarterback class. How many quarterbacks do you see right now? I want an early look of how many quarterbacks could you see going in the first round next year, saying that they all stay healthy. We're just going to assume that all of them stay healthy and none of them gets hurt. But next year's quarterback class is supposed to be better than this one, which was better than last year's quarterback class.
I agree. I agree already. And, Caleb Williams he's going to be the face that everyone talks about. But then UNC's Drake May, Michael Pratt, Tulane, Jordan Travis, Florida State, Bo Nix. I saw tremendous strides. I don't know if I'm sold on him as a first round. And I'm just trying to remember Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. He's one of my favorites. What I saw, I actually thought he was going to declare, and I got ready to do an evaluation on him, but he decided to return. But I think Michael Penix Jr., he's ranked around that 5-6 range. I think he'll be, right behind Williams when all said and done.
He needs wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs wide receivers. He needs the transfer portal in the worst kind of way.
Right. But I think to answer your question, the first round, I think we're going to see 4 to 5 in the first round, just like we're going to see this year. It's supply and demand, but the next year's class, I just like the ceiling better than this.
All right, so I set that question up to ask this question. Everyone is just saying Sam Howell's going to fail. How could you go into this thing with Sam Howell? I see a win-win scenario here. If Sam Howell is not the quarterback of the future, I don't really think the team is bad enough for this to happen. But I'm just saying, if Sam Howell's not the quarterback of the future, what's so bad if you keep playing him, let him learn his lessons, but you draft a Caleb Williams?
Yeah,
I don't see us being 3 wins bad,
right.
especially
Yeah,
with the defense that we have.
Yeah.
Because we would have to be 3 wins bad to have a shot at Caleb Williams. And next year, believe it or not, I believe some teams will tank for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, well, this is when you talk about trade backs this year. Like, you talk about not just getting draft picks for this year. You know, if somehow Washington gets an offer to go from 16 to the back of the, first round, where you can get maybe a second next year and a third this year, that's the kind of ammunition you're going to need for a team like Washington. Because even if they do bad, we're still talking about picking in that 12 to 15 range, which is totally out of where they need to be. So it's about getting those extra picks to try to load up and move up. But honestly, again, I'm a big Howell fan. I've been watching him since 2019. I think at worst he's going to be a middle of the pack quarterback. At best, I think he'll be, right under, Jalen Hurts is the best in the division. I just think right now with the receivers, what they have going, as long as they continue to build the line, sky's the limit for him. Because what I really like about him, that people talk about the dual threat thing, he didn't even start doing that until his last year. It's his touch. It's the baseball background that I love with him. It's his windup. We've had so many quarterbacks going back to Jeff George. You're talking about these little short screen passes, these little hitches. They're just drilling them, throwing them over their head, throwing them to the ground. This is the guy that if you just want a quick move offense, RPO, what I think we're going to see with a lot of what Bieniemy is going to do, that Howell's your guy, because you're talking about quick release, touch passes. To me, out of everyone in the class last year, those 2 attributes, he's better than anybody. So I think everyone got so stuck on the 5th round stuff. The year before, he's coming out, he's a top 35, 40 pick.
All right.
So you asking me to pick?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you already know what I'm going to say. I think everyone knows what I'm going to say. He's going to do well. And I've been saying he's going to do well since OTAs. And he proved himself. The one game he was able to play last season. And yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. I think he'll do well. And I think he'll be here for a while.
I actually believe in Howell. I can't lie. I'm gonna tell you, I do believe in Howell. I don't think that he's gonna do bad. But everyone keeps saying, "You really going to start the season with Howell?" Adam, can you see the private chat?
No.
But why not? Why would we not start with Howell?
There's a private chat button. Adam, you see it? Hit that. There's something in there for you. All right. I personally believe that Sam Howell has everything that we need to succeed. I think that if we take the San Francisco model where you don't ask him to do everything, you just ask him as we go through the, if you cut the season up into quarters, as we go through the quarters, you put a little bit more on his plate. But at the beginning,
from the jump pick,
you can't just say, "Hey, here's the whole playbook."
But he had a whole year. He had obviously it may be a different playbook, but still, Howell is capable. That's what I'm
not saying that he's not capable, but as we go, the defense is going to figure out what he does best, and they're going to start to take that away from him. And that's the part of what I'm saying is you got to give him enough, to be able to rock and roll here. So, all right, so I got that, but I think that Hal will succeed. I'm in the camp of he'll do it with his arms, and if you rush him, he's going to do it with his legs, and I believe he'll protect himself, get down, no RG3 moments here. So. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, you just watched him do that slide. Like there was reminiscence of like where was that with RG3? That's right. You see that baseball slide coming out. It just looks perfect against the Cowboys. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just put an offensive liner in front of him. I liked how he got the ball out quickly, and I believe the kid he'll be just fine. Sid, did we hit everything today?
We didn't get the two hot topics for the NBA.
Oh wait, there's one more thing. Hold on. I told you guys to listen to that interview with Brian Davis.
Oh gosh, I did. I heard it.
Listen,
He's funny.
the craziest, most boneheaded thing that you could do is everyone first thought that where's Brian Davis getting this money, and then you opened up and told us I really don't have the money.
It's white people money. That's what he said.
White people money. Wait, what do you mean white people money?
It's
He's trying to get it on layaway, guys. Come on.
this dude is dealing with the Saudis, man. They're all starting to come out with the Saudi sheiks and all these people that have been trying to get into the professional sports because they're all intertwined in the soccer game or football around the world. They're trying to get into this, and the NFL is not having it. And he's trying to throw some shade over that, but yeah. I think this is a no story with the media just dying for a story because, these guys don't watch film. They don't know anything about rookies. They just regurgitate everything. So this owner stuff, they were going to run with this regardless, even if he wasn't legit.
But he used to be part owner it's funny you said that he used to be part owner of DC United.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing that I could say that he really tried to represent really well was that he's really proud of his community and he really wants the best for Prince George's County.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's about the best.
You tell me he's best buds with Christian Laettner, I say run. That guy, and I'm not speaking on just the observations as a fan. I know people over the years that have had, because I'm very big into, Maryland basketball as far as the community, not really the games itself. And a lot of people I knew back then, Christian Laettner was the biggest jerk back then. He came with the NBA. He became even a bigger jerk. So, I don't like to categorize all them together, but those guys were business partners, legit business partners. And I think, a lot of people saw what Sean Merriman put out. Not that he's the most, consistent with what he's saying, but, he was one of many that have really started to come out talking about how, he hasn't cleared up his debts. He still owes him money. He owes millions of dollars. These are the kind of people that just, take money, not from rich people, but they, the Bernie Madoffs of the world, these are the guys that follow suit thinking, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do business. But yeah, no one, the race thing aside, someone Doc Walker said today, we were just chatting up about DTR, but when he was talking about as soon as you hear them talking about the first black owner, first female owner, run the other way, that this is all media news, because if it wasn't, we would hear this from other sources. And I agree with him 100% that don't listen to any of this stuff until it's done, because, it's just it's all about clicks and views. I love to do what I do. Granted, I views and stuff help, but these people and their bosses, if they don't get those clicks and views, they don't have a job tomorrow. We see with the news, it's the same regurgitated stuff. It's becoming like that in the sports world, unfortunately.
Doc Walker also said, would you trust a person who's never been there, or the person that has the map? And my reply to him was, actually, Jackson said, that's a Ron Rivera saying. And I said, Ron also has a map to 500. He keeps using it. He keeps using that map. Someone take the map from him, please. We don't need another 500 year.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
So put that map down. All right. So hot NBA topic said, let's get it.
Has Sacramento awakened LeBron James after trolling him at the game 2?
Ooh.
And are the Golden State Warriors in trouble after being down 0-2 going home? Those are the two hot topics that we're talking about today.
First one's first.
Was a guy named Dylan Brooks.
Brooks, yeah. He gave LeBron a stare down after giving him some buckets. He gave him the stare down all in his face. Lady A, get in there. Go for it. What you got?
When are they going to learn? This is not the first time someone has tried to taunt LeBron, right? And I'm not a big LeBron fan, but they have tried to taunt him, and then each time he does a
It
Kobe
don't
did
end
it
well.
too.
It don't end
Kobe,
well.
people were doing that with Kobe too, and Kobe
And that's
is
the
like,
Memphis. It
okay,
was the
yeah.
Memphis Grizzlies, not the Kings. It was the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, you saw
I think Sid said the Kings.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, I did say the Kings.
right. It's okay, but
The-
nonetheless, don't taunt LeBron. I mean, it's going to end with you on Sports Center looking stupid.
I don't know, Adam. What you think?
Man, I'm such an old man when it comes to basketball. Like, I really dropped off the NBA when Iverson and Jordan and all them left, because granted, I know these guys are really talented, but I'll be the old man. I don't think these guys could hang with some of the stars they were in the 90s, with some of those Bulls teams, go back even farther with the Pistons teams. I don't think they have a shot. So to me, every time I turn on SportsCenter or I see on the ticker on Twitter, it just seems like there's more drama and soap opera storylines in the NBA than there's actually great play. But again,
That's true.
I'm hoping to get back into it, but every time I keep trying to I would say more when they became the Wizards, and not that I was so high on the changing the name, but I was disappointed. But I would say, that team with Weber, Juwan Howard, Rasheed Wallace, that was that was the last time I went to a game. Saw them play Chicago in that first round, but I'm hoping to get back into it, but they got to do something to draw me back.
Well, you got to talk to Lady A first, because she has all the tickets and she'll have good seats. Now, whatever perks you get with the ticket, she'll keep, but she'll have you get some good seats.
No, I make sure people get perks. Don't do that.
No, you're right. Just me, when she arranges my flights,
Hey.
all the points go to her. I don't know why. I never get any frequent flyer miles. You got 0 frequent flyer miles. Lady A, where are you? The Bahamas. Right. All right, said. The second part of that question was, is Golden State in trouble? Golden State is absolutely in trouble. The coach said it himself. You don't win games without Draymond Green. They don't win games without Draymond Green. Speaking of which, there was a little incident.
Little?
Yeah, just a wee bit. It was a little incident where we ain't going to put it out there, but Ant called me Draymond Green. I called said Draymond Green, and Draymond Green showed up yesterday for one of us. I'm not going to say who it was, but Draymond showed up.
It wasn't me, because I am the angel.
No. Say it. There's about to be a huge lightning strike at an undisclosed location in about 3 seconds.
Oh, say it. You cut your camera off?
He did.
I'm the angel.
Adam, we thank you. We thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you doing these mock draft Thursdays with us. We will be back on Saturday with some picks for you guys. And don't forget, there's no show next Tuesday. We'll be live streaming draft coverage on Thursday, Friday, and we'll come with our regular show on Saturday. We'll try to get Adam in here for a couple of segments. We'll check and see what the schedule is. So as we watch this draft, we can say, hey, Adam can say, hey, I know this guy, and Sid will be doing his thing because he's got his draft notes as well. I'll just be looking at the highlights and telling you what I think about the person. Lady A will be the cute one in the corner. Don't forget to bring your snacks next week. It'll be a snack chat for sure. All right, Sid, you ready?
For sure.
All right. Shouts out to my son who's home, United States Air Force. First Ring Podcast, seconds to none. Come get some. Tell him, Sid.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.